What's going on, Candelas? It's Dan Thomas with 8Z Real Estate, also a Candelas neighbor, and this is the latest episode of Spotlight on Candelas, where we spotlight businesses in and around Candelas and also spotlight residents that own their own business. And this week, we got the Young Living team here. With left to right here, we have Stefanie, Jenny, Jessica, and Cyndil, and a special guest. So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. I know we've had this in the books for a while. So let's just kind of dive into it, for the startup question that we kind of start all of these. If somebody just bought a house in Candelas yesterday and are looking at this, what is Young Living?
You want to take that? You want me to? Okay. So first, thanks for having us. Young Living is a network marketing company that sells health and wellness products. Our main focus is essential oils, but it's everything from essential oils to supplements to household care, personal care,
beauty products, makeup,
pet care, CBD, that's our new one. Baby care. Yep. Baby care. So a little bit of everything, and yeah, that's Young Living.
Gotcha. And so, we'll kind of take this next question individually because I'm sure you guys all have your unique reason why, but how did each of you get started with Young Living? And I guess we'll just start with Stefanie.
Yeah. I got started 6 years ago now. I got started, my little girl, or my oldest now, but at the time she was teeny tiny. She just was having some respiratory things that we just couldn't get figured out. And I had a friend that kept saying, just check it out, see what you think. So I did, and we haven't looked back since. And then when Evelyn, my youngest, came along and had her awful food allergy syndrome, looking at our actual products was really, really important to me. And looking at labels and ingredients became a full-time job. And Young Living made that a lot easier. And so we full force at that point.
All right. How about you, Jenny?
So my original exposure to Young Living was actually during labor and delivery of my younger son. I used quite a few of the products, oils specifically, to help me navigate through as much labor as possible without medical interventions like epidural and things like that. So I really used it for sort of coping techniques, and then shelved it because I didn't have a great support system. And then about three and a half years ago, met this tray, yeah. And at the time was looking for some emotional support, essential oils, but then also non-toxic living is a very big piece of our household. And so just faith and confidence in the products, specifically around household cleaning, in addition to oils. And now we use pretty much everything. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
How about you, Jess?
I started at a play date. We went to the park with Stephanie and her kids, and there was a moment where I started applying sunscreen and asked Steph's oldest if she would like some as well. And she says, I'm not quite sure if I'm allowed to have that or not. My mom says I have to really be careful with ingredients. And I'm thinking, it's sunscreen. Put it on, kid. It's like August. You need to be wearing sunscreen. So then when Stephanie came back, we had a big discussion about products, ingredients, and the sunscreen was definitely my gateway. And then I started with oils and then everything else in my household. And currently we are selling our house, so these products are a huge, huge piece of my life. I use Thieves Cleaner constantly. Yeah, and that's where we're at.
And then last but certainly not least, Cyndil.
So I had my 3.5-year-old now. He would not sleep at all. And we are a very natural-minded household, so I had tried all the things to help him. And Steph's daughter was dancing with me at the time, and she offered an oil to me. and we tried it, and it was the first time we ever slept through the night. So it made a huge difference to us. And then as I saw the company, I saw how easy it was that I could just I didn't have to read ingredients, and I didn't have to search for everything. And so I could just buy all of my non-toxic everything, makeup, food, baby products, all the things easily every month. So then I was like, sign me up, I'm good. Just make it easy.
Yeah, so it's safe to say that with all of you, it's not, when I first, heard about it, I just thought essential oils and diffusers and that sort of thing. And I know that's one aspect of it, but for all of you guys, it's a lifestyle.
I think essential oils are generally the way people get started because we have such a big name around that. And it's so easy with the premium starter kit. And so most people do get started that way, but it's definitely not where it ends most of the time.
Right. Okay. So, Stefanie, at the beginning, you had, mentioned that you guys are, network marketing company, and I'm sure, and there are a few people watching that, I rolled immediately. So does one of you,
so did I.
Does one of you want to take the tough question and address kind of that stigma behind the network marketing and kind of how, you guys address that question and handle it?
Yeah. So I think I had that same exact reaction. And when my friend reached out about essential oils, I had no idea what network marketing was. I just knew I didn't want anything to do with it. And so literally when I bought my kit, I said, okay, but I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm not doing this with you. And I think pretty much all of us probably said something along the lines of that. But I guess I never started this as a business. It became that so organically because there are so many products. Our founder always says that he never created product for profit. He always creates products for purpose. And that is huge and spoke volumes to me. Just knowing that I'm not selling this to you because I want to make money. I'm selling this to you because I really think it could change your life. And you'll see, like, in every one of our experiences, from sunscreen to babies sleeping to labor and delivery, like, there's a reason why. And so we never got started. I don't think, none of us ever bought a kit to start, and none of us ever approached someone as a sell, I guess.
Right.
Do you guys?
Like, can you make money? Yes, you can.
100%.
Young Living is a business. If you are interested in pursuing a business and selling products, that is an option for you.
Yep.
However, Dan, you really hit the nail on the head a minute ago when you said that it's truly become a lifestyle, and that is absolutely true. Mm-hmm. This is a lifestyle of clean products. It's a lifestyle of body awareness. It's a lifestyle of helping introduce options for your kids and your families, whether it be through supplements, whether it be through not worrying about your kids helping learn how to clean the house because you're not worried about, oh, well, wait, hold on, get these 6 layers of gloves and this mask on, which is ironic for these days. But, it's the lifestyle, and it's about the community. It's not about the check that comes every month.
It's hard not to want to share it.
Yeah.
When you see such success with a product, it's hard not to say, all right, so I know this problem is in your life. I know that I have something that could help you. What do you think? Would you like to try it? It's not, I'm going to make money from this. It's genuine. You want to help.
Yep. Yeah. And Jenny also hit the nail on the head. We absolutely do make money on this, and there is no shame in that. We are raising families, and being able to help provide for those families has been really such a huge blessing.
Yeah, and you guys kind of brought up Jess brought up it's hard not to want to share this, and so I know you guys in prepping for this interview, you guys are big on education and almost consulting people, and I don't think people I know my eyes got big when I was chatting with Stefanie just about you know, all the chemicals that are, I mean, you know that they're in, you know, household cleanup products, but you know, you're getting into, you know, shampoos and deodorants and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, kind of what from an education standpoint, you know, educate the residents, if you don't mind, on just kind of the differences between, you know, your guys' products and then the typical stuff that you would buy at a grocery store.
Yeah, so we'll just even start with, like you were saying, deodorant, toothpaste, the things that lotion, things that go on your skin. Your skin is an organ, and it's I think it's, well, it is your largest organ, but it also, whatever you put on your skin, whether it's a body product or a cleaning product that happens to touch your skin passively as you're cleaning, it immediately gets absorbed into your blood system. And so by using products that those chemicals in general are not, like, the word chemical does not automatically mean bad. And I want to be very clear that we're not here to judge people that don't choose to follow the same lifestyle. That is not at all what we are about. So I want to make that very abundantly clear.
We all started from the same place. Like, we were there.
It slowly changed.
But it's about learning and education, like you said. And so some chemicals don't penetrate because their particles are so much larger that they just sit on the surface of your skin and rub off or whatever. But with Young Living products, the ingredients are all listed there. You can pronounce them all. You can see that they're derived from plants and so forth. And so you can have that confidence. I mean, certainly, here's the label, read the label, look at everything, look up everything, research. But what you won't find are the endocrine disruptors and other chemicals that you find on your grocery store shelves.
Yeah.
So
I exactly that. When I got started, I had no idea that there was a practice called greenwashing, and I thought we were doing okay. I thought that the ingredients, I was looking at my cleaner saying, but it says it's plant-based and all natural. I never turned the ingredients around and looked at them until I had to with Avalon. And I can say without a doubt, I can absolutely blindly follow Young Living's ingredients now, but it wasn't always like that. I had to go through every single ingredient on every single product we had to make sure it was safe enough to bring into our home for our daughter. And every single one of them stood up. And it's awesome knowing that I can trust that.
Right. So compare, I mean, obviously we know, you know, from a quality standpoint, your product is, you know, superior, but, you know, I think some people might go, oh, so what's the difference between the oils you provide and the ones that you could get at Bed Bath & Beyond or King Soopers, you know, or, you know, makeup, or, you know, any of the products you guys have described? I mean, you know, kind of switching it to what you guys are providing, you know, what are some of those differences in your products?
So from an essential oil standpoint, Young Living owns all of their farms. So every product is certified from the time it is planted as a seed until it shows up on your doorstep. And so it's traceable the whole time for purity, and organic isn't even a word because
It's above organic.
It's above organic. So the Young Living products are not certified USDA organic because,
well, our vitality oils are now.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
The consumable oils are, but the standards by which Young Living expects within their factory or, you know, company-owned farms are beyond organic. And
they double check that, right? With quality control, they send it out, was it 3 times?
Testing. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Third-party testing to make sure that the purity levels are high enough.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
there like a window where it needs to be.
Yeah, we sent an entire batch of peppermint oil back. We lost not a little bit. We sent a ton of peppermint oil back because there were trace amounts of a heavy metal in it, and Young Living said, nope, it's done, and our partnership with this farm is over. Like we have to be able to trust this. We have to be able to put our name on it. We have to trust that regulation is what we saw, what we see, and something's going on here. And so they sent the entire batch back and said, that's it. And when you go to the farm, I've been to our Mona, Utah farm a couple times now and talked to our farmers and talked to the staff at the farm. It is the passion that they have for their job and the passion that our founder had and that our owners have. It is second to none. It makes you want to cry because they take such care of everything, literally from the seed to the seal of your oils, of your products. Everything is just so meticulous with that. And we test everything, but we do also send it out for third-party testing.
Gotcha. Well, and it's great to hear a company that's walking the walk, and not just talking the talk. I mean, it probably was so minute they could have, brushed it under the rug, and they decided to, take pride in their name being on it, and it being the quality that they're trying to sell. So, we kind of brought up the, it's yes, obviously, all of you guys in a degree or in sales, but you guys take way more of the consultant route. And I know, Stefanie, you had mentioned that when you sit down and meet with somebody, it's almost like a full evaluation of your health. So to kind of paint a picture of what that would look like, if I called and said, hey, I've heard great things, but I don't know anything about you guys or how you could help, how would that consultation unfold?
Yeah, I think I don't know that it's necessarily, we definitely do sit down with people one-on-one, but a lot of times people will come together for a class. So we host a lot of classes in the neighborhood at all of our houses, at local restaurants and businesses.
And online now.
And online, yeah, we have lots online. And so a lot of it is done that way, but like when I talked to each of these gals about it, it was very much okay, here's what you're going through, here's kind of what I've been through, here's where we see that this can support you and you can benefit from it. So yes, some of them are like, let's sit down and just chat, but some are, let's get together and have some education, because like Jenny mentioned, there's not always that support. And oils, I like to say, it's kind of like getting dropped off in China. You don't speak the language, you don't know where you're going, there's no translator. And so to get started with them, it can be super overwhelming. So we like to really host these classes so you know what you're doing with your products. We're not just, here, take your kit and go home and have fun with that.
You're not going to never hear from us again.
Yeah.
Yep. You get the support, you get to know what's next, what oils or products we use next so that you can introduce them into your household. Can you explain the Itobi?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, so we do it's a biometric scan, and so it's a little machine that scans exactly for our products, our supplements, our oils, and I will sit down and do those with people. Cyndil also has one, so she sits down and does those as well. And it is literally sitting down with them and saying, okay, here's what your scan said. Here's body systems that need supported, emotions that need supported. Here's some things that you stand for. Based on what you're telling me, let's empower you to make some choices here. And so that's that, and it is a very beneficial tool.
And it's not usually surprising. I mean,
no.
it might originally be like, really? That, like, congestion came up or whatever? And, oh, well, now that you say that, yeah, actually,
some seasonal things happening.
Yeah, and so it's kind of, it's funny how that works. But yeah, so we either kind of tend to have people that we just meet organically and they're complaining of something and it's, oh, well, have you ever thought of trying this? And occasionally it will be somebody saying, help, I need help with oils, but it usually is just that organic kind of conversation.
And especially because it's not just the oils, like, yes, they help, but these lifestyle changes that we talk to people about too are overarching things, you know, how to support sleep. And sometimes it's with essential oils, sometimes it's a diet change, sometimes it's, you know, other things that acupuncture, other things that we've tried and tested and gone through ourselves, that it's hey, how can we support you? And it might not be a single product we have. It might be something that we've gone through that you might also benefit from.
Yeah, so it sounds like you guys are big on, you know, listening and, you know, listening for ways to interject help and value, I guess.
Absolutely.
You know,
You get great friends as a
That's true.
yeah, but I mean, you know, it is funny on the listening, because I've experienced with almost all of you guys on the panel today of saying something, whether it was, you know, Jenny helping me with a listing, and the air quality in the listing, and Jess, you know, telling me how I could get a pet smell out, and Stefanie telling me how, you know, my son can help with teething, and my daughter and her allergies, you know. So it is funny just bringing it up, and how instantaneously you guys, you know, have a solution.
Yeah.
It's an arsenal to have, because life happens, right? And so it's so nice to have a community of people that maybe they've experienced it, maybe they haven't, but they know somebody who has. And it's just a great way to play off of one another and really find good, positive ways to lead a better, healthier, happier life.
And we've got some amazing resource materials between all four of us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, you know, somebody, you know, is fascinated by what they've heard today, and they want to get started. What's that process?
Yeah, so it's as easy as reaching out to one of us, any of us, and just saying, hey, I'm ready, or what does this look like? And we will walk you through your options. Young Living makes it so easy with their premium starter kits. And there is a brand new CBD one. And so that has been really beneficial for a lot of people. There is a Thieves household one. So if you just tell me, you know, I'm not sure about those oils, but I do want to swap out some of our products. This one has toothpaste, cleaner, floss, spray, soaps. Yeah, all of, yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's got a whole bunch of stuff. And then we also have our Ningxia Red kit, which is an antioxidant powerhouse, amazing support, like a whole food supplement almost. It's a juice. And so we have that starter kit, and then we just have a very basic starter kit, which is not really anything. There's
It's like
an
the Costco
oil.
membership.
It's like your Costco membership, because you get a 24% off discount from anything else you purchase after that. Right? You become a member of Young Living. And then our premium starter kit, which is my favorite, because you get over $400 worth of product in a starter kit, and it gives you everything you need to find out who we are, and
like the 12 most
started.
used oils.
Yep.
You get some of the Ningxia, you get a little hand sanitizer, a little cleaner, and then a diffuser too.
It's kind of a broad spectrum where you can learn how to use the oils themselves topically, internally, or aromatically, plus a good sampling of other products.
Yep.
So it's kind of just a nice,
It's the
expose all.
most economical way to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will say, because I know a lot of people, if you've watched this far after the network marketing situation, you're also questioning, hey, but do I have to buy something every single month? With Young Living, you most certainly do not have to. They have something that they call Essential Rewards, which is your monthly, what we call our wellness box. And we get to pick every single month what we want to put in said box. Minimum is $50 a month if you're going to do that. And because I have had trouble starting and stopping these monthly programs, I will vouch and say that it is a super simple process to do.
It's a phone call.
That's it.
And I think that's key, because I think that's the concern people have, is like, okay, I don't mind giving this a try. It sounds good. It sounds like, you know, it could be good for me and my family, but, you know, I just don't want to be on the hook for 12 months. Or
You will not hear from us of, well, when are you going to purchase something again? It's more the phone call you're going to get, or email or text is, hey, have you learned how to use all of your oils? Are there any that you're not sure what to do with that we can help you learn?
We're having a class on Ningxia on Saturday. Come hang out with us.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, great. And so my, intro into this was just a problem in my industry, being, real estate, was the use of, and I'm sure I'm going to say an offensive term in somehow, but your chemical air freshener, plug-in type, and whether it was showing a house that I was going into and not being able to stay in it for more than 2 minutes, to my own listings where sellers thought they were doing the right thing by putting one of those things in, and it just really deters and sidetracks the overall experience, which is to see the home. So I know I reached out to you guys, and you guys had solutions. So I guess my long-winded question is, you guys are not just for people looking to use the products at home. I mean, there's other companies and services that you guys also help, and so what are some of those, just in case there's residents in here that own those type of businesses and never even thought about it?
I think that there's a wide array of businesses that can, but we have got some cleaning companies that use our products, some salons, natural health practitioners that use our products,
Chiropractors,
Physicians.
Yeah.
All physicians.
even just I manage a business, and in our and we own our unit, and so we're in charge of our own cleaning, and we only use Young Living products, and we diffuse anytime, like we had a snowblower gas leak, and so out goes the diffuser with the peppermint essential oil and other things, just to kind of clean that air and stuff like that. So really, whether you're a homeowner, a business owner, and work in an office, it's not something that has like a crazy overt smell.
No.
You can dial in what you want to do, and so it's really, the sky is the limit.
Anybody who deals with people or pets,
Yeah.
you could benefit.
Yeah.
So zooming out and kind of trying to see things, more globally, do you guys think you guys are part of a movement? And what I mean by that is, like, you're doing something bigger than just the business and the income that you might make off of it. I don't know if you guys want to answer this individually or just one of you, but do you guys feel like you're part of a movement?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that especially right now, people are really starting to see. I mean, when all of this stuff started, I tried to get our normal, Young Living does not have zinc yet. So I tried to get our normal Young Living zinc, or non-Young Living zinc supplement, and it was off the shelf. You couldn't find it, because people are really starting to see that there is something to this kind of more green way of approaching their health. And so I think learning or getting to teach people and empower them to take their family's wellness or just their own wellness into their hands and make decisions on that, whether it's oils, supplements, beauty
Hand
care,
sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer is super important. Yeah.
Especially as we look going, I think we would have all answered that we felt like this is part of a bigger thing before the last 3 months have happened. That's why we're doing it, is because we believe it's bigger than what we are. But hopefully coming out of the last 3, 4, 6 years, it feels like, just based on the availability of products and seeing the demand growing so significantly, I think as we continue to look at not being in quarantine and getting out into the public more and expanding group sizes and things like that, cleaning and cleanliness standards are not going anywhere. And I think people are becoming more and more aware of what those chemical constituents are doing to their bodies and are starting to say, whoa, no, thank you. And so this is a great opportunity to really embrace it and learn and be a part of a great community that's going to help you lace up your bootstraps and
We'll
join
teach you
in,
everything.
jump on in there.
Yeah.
So, final question. I mean, what, if you guys have, just, a quick answer of, really painting a picture to anybody who's listening, who's in the community, kind of what you guys are all about and what you guys are, trying to achieve, kind of summarizing what, we've talked about the last 20 minutes or so, kind of what would be that short answer that you kind of want to leave them with?
I'll start, and then
Yeah,
I think
go
we
for
all,
it.
okay. So I think the biggest thing is that we are literally a family. Like, these girls have been there through everything with us, and I know that can sound a little silly sometimes, but I mean it with every fiber of my being. We've been through some crazy things together, and just knowing that I have this tribe, and it's not just, it is absolutely very much local, but we've got members all over the US and other countries, and just knowing that we have each other and we know how to support our bodies, we know how to support our families, we are empowered with our immune systems, and that it's been a huge blessing.
It has. And to be able to be a part of that online community, so that when you have that moment of, hey, I've got this issue, I know that there should be some product, oil, to help me. I want to get an array of answers.
Yep.
Yeah. We've got the online community to help as well. So we're really fortunate to have all of that support, not just local.
Yep, for sure.
And really, I mean, it sounds so silly. The friendships, like, I didn't start buying oils and participating in this group for the friendship opportunities, but I will tell you that these ladies are some of the best friends ever, and it's because you experience those vulnerable life situations with each other, when you're desperate because your child isn't sleeping, when you're desperate because your kid has allergies, when you're desperate because you're sick and nothing is helping. Or even you just have that dang pet stain that you can't get out and it's driving you nuts.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like a serious vulnerability, but that's what friendships are made from, because you have that. And so it just sort of has kind of been by accident that we've all become such good friends. But wow, what a blessing.
Absolutely.
Cyndil, do you want to add any? I can grab Bo if you want to add anything, or are you good?
I think we're good. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're okay.
Well, no, like I said, I think you guys are doing great work and you guys have great products, and I really would hone in on, from my experience, just the solutions, and that it really is, they're very good at, providing the clarity and educating you and that sort of thing, but also leaving the control of the decision up to you, the consumer. So again, if anybody thinks that they might benefit from this, like I said, it's a pretty easy educational type experience. So, well, thank you again for joining us. I will have in the description all of their contact information in case somebody is interested, would like to reach out to them. Also their website information if you want to read more about them and their products and the process and all that. Stefanie, Jenny, Jess, and Cyndil, thank you again for joining me today. If anybody liked this video, make sure to click the like button on YouTube. You can also follow every video at facebook.com/Candelas neighborhood. And if you are a business owner in the area or a resident that owns its own business and wants to be spotlighted, you can reach out to me as well. So till next time, thanks again, ladies, and we'll talk to everybody soon.
Bye.